Let's talk about the King of the Hill revival trailer. This is not to be confused with the introduction sequence that I talked about yesterday. This is an actual trailer that was leaked and shown at the ATX festival yesterday. This is a guerrilla recording, so the audio unfortunately is not super clear in a lot of parts, and it can be hard to tell what is being said, but I'll do my best based on the information I have. We start off on a really promising note, opening with the water tower, the same water tower that both opened and closed the original series. At one point we see that Peggy, who is now retired, is trying to hang out in the alley with the guys, much to their chagrin. Hank and Bobby seem to be engaged in some kind of beer-making competition. This presumably is episode 2, the beer story. I want to note that Hank's beer is called Alley Guy's beer. We get a couple more shots of Boomhauer's son / of the girl he's dating / stepson. Connie and Bobby have what appears to be a big reunion, I think while she's at college. This would imply that they haven't seen each other for a while, so I'm curious what the story behind that is. The voices sound about the same for the most part. With Dale, there are parts where it does sound like he's got 2 different voice actors, so that would track with the fact that Toby Huss is doing some of the episodes while Johnny Hardwick also recorded a few of them. And if that's the case, then Toby Huss is doing a damn good job, because it does sound different, you can tell there's a difference, but it sounds extremely, scarily close to him. Adult Bobby is seen hanging out with Joseph, no surprise there, what appears to be an adult Shane Wasana song, and then these 2 kids. I'm not sure who this guy is supposed to be, let me know if you guys have any suggestions, but this kid, people are speculating that's an older version of Caleb from the episode Hank's Bully. And this person is very obnoxious in the trailer, so unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, that is, I think, a real possibility. At one point, Hank gets a call from Saudi Aramco, possibly his old boss, so this would track with the fact that Hank has apparently been in Saudi Arabia for a couple years prior to the events of the revival. From what I can tell, it's a company that will often hire American workers to live in their compound in Saudi Arabia. This compound is kind of like a replica of an American suburb in a way, so people will often live there for a couple of years with or without their families and make lots of money and then return back home. There is no sign of Gracie, Luann, or Lucky. The rumor is that Gracie will be in it, and I believe I heard that it's confirmed Luann and Lucky will not. However, I haven't watched the panel all the way through, so I'm going to do a second video tomorrow once I've watched that with additional updates. And I just want to make it really clear, Bill is not dead. I know a lot of you guys were concerned about that, but he is alive, he's in the revival, he did not die of COVID. Not only do we see Roger or Muhammad or whoever it is again, but he and Hank are both there at the same time, which would indicate that they're both living in Arlen at the same time. Peggy drops an F-bomb, in addition to the one that she does in another scene as we saw in the leaked storyboards a while back. So I'm getting the sense that maybe it's just Peggy, but this revival is probably going to be a little bit more loose with profanity now that they're on streaming and they can get away with more. Min is seen by herself, lending more credibility to the idea that she and Khan have divorced. I'm sure I missed stuff, so let me know if there's anything you caught that I didn't, and then I'm going to be making another video tomorrow talking specifically about the panel, where they gave us additional details